What's poppin', people? Welcome to For Beginners. I am your host, Shy Ill, and we are back at it with day 3 of the ASAP Rocky trial. We know it ain't no secret. I feel like ASAP Relli is full of shit, a liar, a con man, and this was all him antagonizing his way into a payday. Looking forward to see what day 3 brings to the table. With that said, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Let's get it.
We were talking about as the defendant was walking away from this parking lot, you said you looked over and you saw 12E putting a knife in his pocket, and then 12E walked after the defendant. Are you with me there?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I want to pick up today. You said at the end of your testimony yesterday, you talked about this being a white flag situation. And then you said that you were screaming out how Rocky had failed us. Do you recall that?
Yes.
What did you mean when you said that?
Like meaning.
What did you say?
I was just like, said something about 12E, I said something about Ills, I said something about just overall.
Why you say something about Ills? He was trying to save your ass.
The best of your
I
relative.
don't really remember because
You don't remember
I
any of
don't
the
want
words?
to lie. I don't want to I just remember just 3 years ago. Like, if I'm looking at my statement,
If you
I
don't remember word for word,
I don't wanna, like,
just
yeah.
give us the sum and substance of it.
When you said, I said something about 12E, do you remember at all what it was that you were talking about? I understand you
Probably in the contents of him, like, like not having emotion no more, like, you know what I mean? Because the whole thing was that I think the complex con, I don't think they even seen Rocky or did anything, to be honest. Twelve was complaining about the dude, you know what I mean? Like 2 days prior, when I seen him. So it was like, people wasn't happy.
When you say, did you say?
He made it his business to make sure Rocky knew everybody wasn't happy.
No, Mr. Ephron, I'm just trying to understand. I just didn't catch the word. I wasn't sure if he said motion or emotion.
Motion.
Right?
Yeah, so I'm telling him he's not what it seems to be. Like it's not. You're not like Instagram is just fake. Like you're back. You work construction. You went on tour for 6 years. Like
Okay.
I don't get it.
He want to tell everybody their business.
12E as
Yeah,
you
because if we're a brother, we're supposed to be lifting
Hold
each
on, you
other
both
up.
can't talk at the same time.
He likes that, a brother's supposed to do this. You ain't nobody's brother, dog.
Mark, the monitor over here can't get it to work.
He likes talking that shit. He likes to be that brother. When you're brothers, you call each other on shit. He want to be the one calling all the time. Shut your bitch ass up, man. Or get slapped. And then he gets slapped, and now he got a payday.
What were the kinds of things you were saying about 12?
I was just saying like towards Rocky.
Towards
Or
12.
towards 12.
Let's start with 12 first.
I was kind of talking towards like Rocky though, but after 12, but I was just like, he's not like what he's supposed to be. Bills is not what he's supposed to be. But that's not me saying that it was his problem. It was like, you got the foundation, you want to hold the rock. You know what I mean?
When you say not his problem, who are you talking about?
Rockies. But I said it because he's the one that's got all of us there for his show.
Come on, man. This guy's already...
So it's
Listen, he's making up for his own shortcomings, right? Or he's making up for his own shortcomings. He's letting them know. What I was telling them was that you ain't right, you ain't right, you ain't right, you ain't in the position you're supposed to be in. And everybody else is thinking, yeah, but that's not his problem. So he says, but I'm not saying it like it's his problem. No, that's exactly what you were saying. That's exactly what you were saying. This guy is a bum, dog. He's a bum. It's that dude. He's that dude. There's no lack of him. He's not unique. This motherfucker's a dime a dozen. There's more of him than not. You know what I mean? Dudes that just sit around and fucking wait for somebody to do something for them. Fuck out of here. Cry like a bitch and then go talking to everybody. Nah, I know you hoes. Y'all know who you are too.
got all of us there for his shows, this and that, they're not giving credit when credit's due. So it's like, You know what I mean? When you go down the line, like what I said yesterday, it's only Barry, Ferg, and Rocky who really successful. But when you really look at it, it's a lot of ASAP members. That's not his fault, but it's like you give credit where credit's due.
It's not his
So
fault,
that's
but
what I was saying.
give credit. Shut the
Okay.
fuck up.
The comments that you were making about Welby, were they negative comments about him?
I wouldn't say negative. I mean,
Nah,
yeah,
he's wishy-washy. He never want to say negative. Far as he concerned, everything he says is constructive. Shit ain't never negative. It's always just constructive criticism from a brother when it comes to this asshole. Until you slap him, then when you slap him, he want to call the police. He don't understand why you slapped him. He don't realize he been antagonizing you for a long ass time. Come on, man, out my face. Everything he says is disingenuous. Look at his stupid face.
my truth a little.
I mean, have you said in the past that one of the things you said about 12 is that he went on tour with the defendant for 8 or 9 years, but he was still living in the projects?
I don't know if that he personally was living in the projects, but I know he
did
went
you
back.
say
Yeah,
that?
I said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And about ills, I mean, would you agree that that statement about 12 is not a positive statement?
No.
Oh, you would not agree?
I would agree. You're not positive yet.
Okay. And the statement that you were making about ills, do you remember the words that you said?
I just said he's a crackhead.
Okay.
Like he's not like nothing like.
Ill should have punched you in
Would
the
you
face.
also agree that's not a positive comment to make about ills?
Yeah, I agree.
Would you, were you directing your comments at the defendant, or were you saying each of these things to 12B and to ills directly?
I was just saying in general.
In general,
Like
he should have got slapped
everybody
again.
live right next to each other. Everybody can hear. You know what I mean? They was just trying to like still back me up, like yo, chill. You know?
Yeah, chill while you shitting on him. While you talking about
I
it.
believe you said yesterday at the end that you were trying to verbally express how you feel. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because I felt like I'm never going to see Rocky again due to the
Wah.
circumstances, so I'm just going to let him know how I feel.
Can you explain that to the jury more? When you say, I know I'm never going to see Rocky again, what is that?
So I'm just going to let him know I'm never going to see Rocky again.
Never
due
gonna
to
see
this
Rocky
circumstance.
again.
Yeah, because I felt like I'm never going to see Rocky again due to the circumstances, so I'm just going to let him know how I feel.
Can you explain that to the jury more? When you say, I know I'm never going to see Rocky again, what is that?
I mean, the circumstances, the situation that happened. Like, why would we ever see each other? You know what I mean? So I felt like I didn't want him to go back and then talk about it and everybody just laugh and think, oh, Rocky just pulled the gun on Rel, shot at. Well, before then,
Yeah, he
then
thinking
shoot,
about
But
what
before
everybody
we got
else
on
gonna
Rel,
think.
Made this big scene, you know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, I know you for 15 years. I know everybody over there, just about 15, not Jamel, but it was, I know for like 15 years.
I believe you said yesterday that when you went into this, what you call linking up with him, it was to repair things with him, right?
Yeah.
After he pulled the gun on you, how were you feeling at that point?
He grabbed
Ship
me first,
sailed.
so that everything, all bets is off the table. Like I'm thinking, what are we doing here? Like, you know what I mean?
How are you feeling though?
Oh. Wait, what you mean?
How are you feeling after he pulled this gun on you?
Oh, I was like mad. I was like, I can't believe this just happened. You know what I mean?
Said that shit yesterday a lot.
Was there anything else about the presence of Ills and 12 being there that contributed to you being mad?
No, like them being there, like just got me mad, even.
Yeah. Did that change anything, the fact that the two of them came
No,
in?
not at all.
All right. At that moment, immediately after the gun was first pointed at you, as the defendant is walking away, did you have any animosity towards Ills?
No, I never had a problem with it.
You was just talking shit about him. You just said you was talking
I
shit
believe you said
about him.
that both you and Ills then walked down the street following after the defendant.
Like he was
The
a
two of
puppet
you were
of
walking together, correct?
Rocky.
I mean, he wasn't really following nobody. I'm just talking. They're all walking together. You know what I mean?
But you're headed in the same direction
Yeah,
that he's
down Argyle. Yes.
and he's ahead of you, correct?
Yes.
All right. So as the defendant got to the street the street corner at the end of Argyle, where did he go?
I think he made a left on that street. He made a left.
Do you remember the name of the street?
No, I'm not proud of him.
Okay. And when he made a left, where did he go from there?
He kept going straight till he got about to the street, to the end of the street corner. Like where the stop sign is at.
Were you still behind him at that point?
Yeah.
Still walking in the same direction that he was walking?
Yeah.
Now, from what you've described, going down to the end of the street, making a left, and going all the way to the stop sign, at that point you knew he had a gun, correct?
Yeah, I think he had a gun.
He had just shown it to you.
Yes.
And was it that entire walk, that entire time that you were expressing to him how you feel?
Yes.
In what you already described as an angry tone or an elevated tone?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Why would you follow behind someone that you know is armed with a gun and verbally tell them how you feel in the way that you did?
I told you already because I felt like I would never see him again. And I felt like since he put it away in one busy street in Hollywood, like he's definitely not going to shoot this shit. I mean, shoot it.
So you, at that moment, did not believe that he would shoot you? That
No.
Yeah. Did you believe at that moment that he would shoot you?
What do you mean? Can you say it again?
The way that I asked the question before was a double negative, so your answer's not clear. So I just want to ask it a different way. Did you believe at that moment that he would shoot you?
At what moment when I'm walking with him?
When he's first walking away and you're walking in the same direction he's walking?
No. Well, I don't know. To be honest, I wasn't thinking straight at that moment. I had a lot on my mind. I just wanted to get what was on my chest off.
Do you think you would have reacted differently in this situation had that been a stranger that first pulled on you?
What do you mean?
Meaning, if a stranger pulled a gun on you, do you think you'd walk after them and essentially?
No, because I have no business. I mean, I got away from a life-threatening situation. But in that situation, I felt like maybe he put the gun away, and seeing Jamel with the knife, it furthered me wanting to say what was on my chest.
Okay. When you got to the area where the stop sign was that you described, you made the
You
left
were mad
turn,
he
you
didn't
walked to the
bust a
stop
cap
sign.
in your ass. The job wasn't
Who was
done.
the first person that got to where the stop
You
sign
needed him to bust at you for this shit to
and then
stick.
who was the next person?
Jamel.
And then after that?
It was basically like me and it was kind of.
And when you got to the stop sign area with Ills, what was the next thing that happened?
I'm still talking, but then I see Rocky turn around. Can I explain what happened?
Yeah.
So I see Rocky turn around. When he turned around,
That's what he just asked you to
he was
do.
like, kind of looked like a movie. The whole thing looked like a movie, like, you know what I mean? So he kind of like.
Yeah, y'all both were out there playing
shot
movie
the
games.
first shot. When he shot the first shot, I felt my hand hot, so I grabbed it, used him as a shield. He's going around trying to shoot me between the Ills. 12B is off to the side.
I thought Els was your guy,
I'm
dog.
just trying to like not get hit at this point.
You used Els as a shield. He tried to save you, man. You didn't feel nothing hot on your knuckles, bro.
You said, as you were saying that he had the gun out, you had your right arm extended about shoulder high. Is that-
Yeah, because he kind of like, when he turned around, kind of like his back was turned, like it was kind of like just you turn around, the gun's there, and he kind of like jumped when he shot, and kind of shot down, like, you know what I'm saying?
The gun that he was holding, did it look like the same gun that he pulled on you at the parking lot?
Yeah.
And when you say he shot down, what do you mean by that?
Like, I mean, like it was was kind of like this. It wasn't like I'm trying to be pointing and doing, but it wasn't like aiming at you. It was kind of like that. So he, like I said, it was like a movie, kind of like boom, and then like just running around trying to like get me.
Okay, the motion he made with his arm, Your Honor.
Describe.
Yeah, so he had his arm extended out, and then as he was saying shot down, he lifted his arm up to about head high, and then had his pointer finger sort of pointed forward, but in a downward trajectory.
Hand was higher than this.
Well, I don't really remember, but from what like, it was more like it was fast. He turned around, and then it was like boom. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
not like.
Okay. You said
What a shit show.
that as he shot the gun the first time, you said your hand felt hot, correct?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Where on your hand?
Pockets
felt
was
hot?
feeling hot.
my left hand.
Where?
Left hand. Just right above my knuckles. Like my knuckles right here, up below my knuckles. So it's right here. And if I was to fall, you would see other injuries on that picture from that day from my knuckles and all around here. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So you giving them a reason why it wasn't scraped knuckles from falling over? Come on, man.
from that day.
What he's pointing to are the middle knuckles on his left hand. Kind of, he has his hand sort of curled and going across.
Yeah, right there. So it's
Hold on. Both hands up at the same time. So it's weight. Go ahead.
I think I was done. He motioned with his right hand across his left hand middle knuckles.
Ask another question.
You said that you then got behind Hills, correct?
I dashed to him. I got ran to him and then just grabbed him.
How did Hills react to this?
Oh, he was like petrified. He was screaming. After he literally said, "You could have got me killed." And I said, "What? You came with him?"
Wait, I want to say right at that moment, though.
He
I don't
tried
wanna
to
jump
save
ahead.
you from
So
him.
right at that moment, you're saying he was petrified, correct?
Petrified.
Physically, what did he do? Did he move at all?
He was petrified. I grabbed him, and he's like screaming, "No, no, no!"
Petrified
Now,
literally means no movement.
using
So.
him every which way.
When you say petrified, though, is he moving at all, or is he standing still?
Yeah, he's trying to move, and then he dropped his body.
Okay. And were you intentionally trying to position Hills between you
Oh
and
yeah,
the defendant?
yeah.
Okay.
Anybody that would have been there, I would have did that, especially if you came with him.
And then,
A baby would have done it with a baby.
Welby or Jamel, what did he do?
I don't know because I'm too busy grabbing Ills. I don't really see what 12 is. He's off to the side. I see him off to the side the whole time, but I don't really know what's going on. I don't even see them running off really. Like, I'm still dealing like with Ills literally telling me I could have got him killed while I'm just running off.
Right. Again, I don't want to jump ahead. I want to stay right at the moment when the shots are fired. Are you saying as the defendant fires the first shot, you then move around to Hills? You're not paying attention to 12, so you're not entirely sure what he did.
No, I'm not really sure what Toby was doing.
Okay. Then after the first gunshot, what did you see the defendant do? Physically, what did he do with his body?
Oh, he's running up, and he shot again.
What does running up mean?
Like he's running and shooting, like he's trying to like find. He's trying to look for a way to shoot because if I wasn't grabbing the Ills, I mean.
Did he physically come closer to you?
Yeah.
And
He got close.
you're saying
The whole time it was close, but he got really close.
you were saying that he was trying to move motion around Hills, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yes.
The person that we see moving forward, is that still the defendant?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like running around Ills at that point while Rocky's like, it's like a circle.
Okay.
In like a circle.
I'm gonna go back and restart at about 35 seconds. Can you focus? This time I'm gonna ask you to focus on the person who said it's 12. and tell us where you see that person go. Okay?
My thing is, if Rocky had a real hammer and he wanted to plug him at that distance, he could have. All that running around wouldn't have
All
meant
right,
for
and
shit.
I'm pausing it at 42 seconds. Where did you see 12 go?
He ran across the wall.
Okay, I have paused here at 42 seconds. Would it be this person here?
Yeah. Yes.
And do you remember what this area was at all? I know it's been
No idea. No idea.
okay. But was there a wall here? Is that what this
Yeah.
white object
Yes.
is? All right. Did he make that motion right as the gunshot started happening?
Yes, he did.
I'm going to play it forward. And I'm going to stop it at 50 seconds. If you need me to go back, I will, but did you see what you and Ills were doing at that part that I just played? That's short.
I'm gonna go back. I was looking at Jamel still.
No, that's fine. Started back at 47 seconds. Oh, hold on. Maybe I can go a little farther. Started at 42 seconds. Stop it at 51. Did you see what the two of you were doing?
Yeah. So after Ills dropped his body, I probably was just looking to see where he was before I just run off or continue back down like Hollywood where I was at before.
Okay. When you say Ills dropped his body, what do you mean by that?
Like he physically just dropped, like his weight.
Did you do anything to push him to the ground?
No.
Did you strike him?
No, of course not.
Did you throw any punches towards him?
No.
So, are you describing him essentially dropping his body to try to get away from you? Because you're trying to hold him?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Did you personally go to the ground as he dropped his body?
Yeah, because he dropped. So I like kind of dropped with him. You could see me like almost dropped, but looking back to see, kind of.
All right. And then fair to say at that point, that's when the defendant was running
Yeah,
away.
you could see Jamel like pushing him away at that point.
At this point, have you and Ills separated from each other?
Yes.
And why did you let him go at that point?
Because I've probably seen Rocky running off already.
Okay. You described the first shot, the motion the defendant made with his hand as he shot the first shot. Was the second shot any different from that?
I don't know at that point. I'm ducking.
You weren't really paying attention to
So
him?
no, I just was really just trying to grab Ills.
Okay. 1 second. Do you recall? I'm going to show you Equals 7. Do you recognize that area at all?
Yeah,
And what is that area?
that's what happened.
Okay. Where the two shots were fired, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You say yes?
Yes.
When the shots were first fired, can you point for the jury to a spot that is near where you were on that street?
I was coming down here, and I probably got to around like right here, I believe, and Rocky was like right here,
Okay.
and then got like around, then it got all around this area, kind of.
You know, Your Honor, actually, I think what may be easier, I'm going to have him just mark on the photograph itself. This is People 7. Let's do, for you, can you put an X where you would be when the first shot would happen?
Probably hop off the curb a little bit, I would say like right here.
Okay, and then do a triangle for where the defendant was. Okay. Hey. Back up. X you made is right here, correct?
Yes.
And fair to say that it was closer to the curb,
Yes.
and you were where you're describing was right by the corner, correct?
Yeah, yeah, correct.
And then the triangle that you made for the defendant is here more in the middle of the street on Vista Del Mar, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As the defendant was shooting at you, was it your belief that the gun that you were using was a real gun or a fake gun?
Can you say that again?
Yeah. Did you believe, as the defendant was shooting at you, that he was shooting a real gun or a fake gun?
Oh, it was a real gun.
And what led you to believe that it was a real gun?
Listen, make
I
sure you
mean,
play jump.
I was hit.
I was hit.
I was hit.
Is there anything else about it?
When you know the difference between, I mean, I don't know how would you, somebody shooting at you, I don't know how to answer that.
That's true. You're not thinking about no fake.
And I wasn't, like, I was grazed. I wasn't hit. I didn't have a hole through my hand or nothing.
I don't know about the grades, but I'm real speculative about this prop hammer. That prop hammer don't seem real to me.
At the moment that he first started firing at you, what would you estimate
sound like a
would be
tactic,
the distance between the two of you? And if it's easier to point to something in the courtroom, you can do that.
From the first shooting,
Yes.
probably like where I'm at from where you at, probably, I guess. Or a little bit further. I don't know.
This is, even where Mr. Griswold is standing?
Yeah.
It's approximately 15 feet from you.
2 shots, no.
Okay. By the time
Evidence
you fired
of it,
the
like,
second
come on,
shot, what was
Probably
the
a
distance?
little bit further.
That's the part that's.
It was, yeah, around there. Yeah.
Sorry, which shot were you talking about?
The first one was like 15 to like 15, maybe around there, yeah. A couple years ago.
You said on the second shot that he moved a little closer to you. What would you estimate would be the distance of that one?
Oh, he was right up on us. I'm saying us because it was me and Ills. And I thought it was a bunch of shots because I'm just trying to like, you literally just duck underneath Ills, do whatever. Which way he was going, I'm putting Ills towards him.
How many shots did you believe that he fired at you?
At the time, I believe it was 3 or 4.
In fact, when you reported this to the police, how many shots did you tell them that he fired at you?
I believe 3 or 4.
And did you tell that to multiple police officers?
I did.
Was there anything that happened after you reported this to police that caused you to change your opinion on how many shots he fired?
No.
So you still, as you sit here right now, is it your testimony that he fired either 3 or 4 shots at you?
I mean, I've seen the video, so I understand it was 2 shots now.
That's what I mean. Okay, so as you sit here now, it's your belief he fired 2 shots at you, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But when you initially reported it, you reported it as
3 or 4 shots. Yeah. Because it sounded like that. We're in like a closed, it's real loud. You know what I'm saying?
You said that what changed your opinion was that you watched a video, correct?
Oh yeah, yeah. The preliminary hearing
Okay.
was the first time I seen the actual like the sound of the shots.
Your Honor, with the court judicial notice that the preliminary hearing was November 8th of 2023?
I don't have the transcript. Does everybody agree that was
That's
there?
right, that's right, yes.
Okay. So between the date of this incident, November 6th, 2021 to November 8th, 2023, in those 2 years you believe that it was 3 or 4 gunshots, correct?
Yes.
And then after you watched a video that had sound, at the preliminary hearing, you changed you understood then that it was 2 gunshots, correct?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, truthfully, I thought it was way more, but I'm going off of the video because mentally I feel like I shot it a lot of times.
Okay. If you can, just clarify for us, when you're referring to something, if it's based on your memory or from watching a video. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask to mark my next video.
17.
Showing you what's marked as People's 17. Do you recognize what you see there?
Yeah,
And what is that?
that's my left hand.
And do you know who took this picture?
Probably was off my phone.
This is a picture you took.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know when you took this picture?
Probably the day after or the day, that day.
So you're thinking either November 6th or November 7th?
Or 8th. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. Somewhere within a day or two of
By
that.
the 8th, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
And the red marks that we see
That's scabbed up by then.
your pointer finger, middle finger, and slightly on your ring finger there, what caused those injuries?
A graze, I believe. Because, like what I said, I felt something hot. And if I was to pull on my hand, I'm not no expert or anything, but if I was to pull on my hand or anything, my knuckles at the top would be messed up and everything else would be messed up. It just was right here.
Okay. So
And
you're
I
saying,
weighed 210 pounds. Probably at that time I weighed 190. So if I'm falling on my weight, my whole knuckle would be damaged on my whole hand.
Come on, man. Shut your ass up, man. You doing the job of the...
State, yeah, that was a non-response.
when you say graze, are you talking about graze from a...
You doing the job of investigators and shit.
Hold on.
It's going to be a leading objection, but it's getting worse.
What do you mean when you say graze?
Like, when he shot the first shot, I felt my hand hot because I felt like I got grazed.
By what?
A bullet.
Thank you. After the second shot, so after the shooting, where did you see the defendant go?
I just ran after it. I just grabbed it.
But where did you see the defendant go?
After the shooting or while he was shooting?
After the shooting.
Oh, I seen him leave. Like I think he just took off.
Okay.
And he ran.
And did he run out of your view? So you lost sight of him?
Yes.
Where, after he took, was he the first one to leave?
I don't know.
Did you see at some point, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Did you see at some point 12 each?
It was 3 years ago. I really don't really remember that. I just remember what happened to me. Like all the small pieces, it's kind of hard to like remember unless I have something physically or I said something around that time to remind me.
Was there a moment after the shooting where it was only you and Hills who were left on that street together?
Probably for like a second. He was still getting up or he was ready to run.
Okay. After Ills went to the ground, what was the next thing that happened?
I think they took off. Like 12 and Rocky took off, and then I'm probably like scanning the area to make sure he's still not there or shooting at me. And then I took off back the same way that I came and went down Hollywood back to the Delos.
When you say same way that you came, are you talking about the same streets that you walked?
Yeah.
Okay. So you would have been headed back towards the W Hotel in that area?
Yeah, correct.
And then did you walk all the way up to Hollywood Boulevard?
Yes, I did.
And from Hollywood Boulevard, did you walk all the way back to the Lowe's?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
In the time after the defendant and 12E ran away, where it's just you and Ills, I know you say it's a second. Was there anything that happened between you and Ills at that time?
No, the only thing Ill said, and I put that on everything on whatever it was, but he said, you literally almost got me killed. And I looked at him and said, what? You came with him. That was the only thing that was said between me and Ills.
So there was a brief conversation?
Real brief.
Did you physically assault him?
No, never hit Ills. Never. And Ills actually has a broken jaw. Like, he cannot get hit in the face. He has like a
I would never hit
jaw
Ills, but
because Rocky's cousin broke his jaw.
I use him as a shield in front of some projectiles.
Just stay. And the testimony is true. Can you read the first couple of words? We'll read the question, please.
Did you physically assault him? The question is, did you physically assault him?
Yeah, that calls for yes or no. Did you physically assault him?
No. Ills? No.
That night, November 6, 2021, did you know of any physical sensitivities that Ills had?
Excuse me?
Yeah, he
did
just
you
said
know
it.
that
His jaw.
Ills had suffered an injury before November 6, 2021.
Did I know that his...
Hold on.
You can answer.
Did I know he had like a permanent broken jaw?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to play a couple seconds and then I'll go back and ask you a question, okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm pausing it at 2:54. So let's go back to 2:47. I'll pause it here at 2:48. Do you see the individuals at the sort of towards the bottom right-hand corner of the screen there?
Yes, I do.
You see the person who's walking in front appears to be wearing a black sweatshirt, and the person behind has a red jacket on.
Yes.
Do you recognize who the person in the black sweatshirt is?
Yeah, that's Rocky.
And who's the person in the red jacket?
Jamel.
Again, when you say Jamel, that's the person you also refer to as 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Person I want to show you on this video. Have it paused at 3 minutes and 51 seconds. You see there's only one person depicted in the video here, kind of in the middle of the screen.
Yes.
Do you recognize who that person is?
Yeah, that's Elijah.
And same person you've also been referring to as Hills.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. You mentioned that in your testimony just before that you have watched the surveillance video as part of this case, correct?
That's correct.
At least some of it. Is that
Yes.
correct? Do you know when you first reviewed any surveillance video in this case?
I believe the DA called me to identify in a video if that was Rocky and like the first shooting. But I think that was it.
Okay. Did you meet with police officers before you met with any deputy DAs associated with this case?
What do you mean?
Yeah, did you meet with police officers or police detectives before you talked to any prosecutors?
No.
The first person you talked to in this case was a prosecutor?
Oh, no, I talked to the police. Yeah, the police.
All right. When was the first time that you talked to the police? You don't have to give us a date, but you can say it was.
When I obtained a lawyer and walked into Los Angeles Police Department.
How close in time was that to the shooting?
Well, I hit up a lawyer the same night, but it was late, so he advised me I forgot what it was he advised me of at that time, but then I ended up going back and getting the actual bullets myself.
Okay, hold on.
And taking pictures of the cameras.
How many, I guess my question is, are you talking about you went to the police within minutes, hours, days, weeks, months? Can you give us just a time period?
No, so I had to wait for the lawyer, and then I sent them everything that I like, the text messages, everything.
You're not answering my question.
Oh.
Give us just a time period. Don't tell me what you did. Just say it was within hours, minutes, days, months. How soon after this
Did I go to the police station?
Yes.
The next day.
Okay.
Easy.
Did this incident happen
You're a difficult kind of
late
dude.
at night on November 6th, correct?
I'll have to see.
Well, it was dark out.
Yeah, I know it was late, but I don't, like I said, it was 3 years ago. I don't remember the dates, and I don't remember the streets at this point. I just remember what happened.
That's fair. But when you say the next day, is it possible that instead of being on the 7th, it was on the 8th that you went to the police department?
Yeah, so pretty much I was just waiting for the lawyer to respond back. So I had my business partner.
Stay. It's not responsible.
Okay.
Can we get grounds for when he makes
It's
it?
not responsible.
Can we have the defense state grounds instead of his objection when they just
Wasn't
said
responsible.
I'm just asking the future.
I thought you said, didn't you say not
You
responsible?
just said objection.
Just an objection. I thought it was pretty obvious that it was not.
Can we just ask in the future that he?
If you decide has to object, just say objection and the legal basis.
Thank you.
Okay. So the first time you reported this to the police, you say was within a day, either November 7th or November 8th of the shooting, correct?
Yeah, so pretty much I just wanted to wait for my lawyer.
That's just a yes or no.
This guy here,
Okay.
boy.
Okay.
Now, when you reported this to the police, how did you do that? Did you call 911? Did you call the station? Did you go to the station?
No, we just walked in.
Oh, do you remember which police station you walked into?
I think it was Hollywood or like, I know it was, Hollywood police station or something. I don't really remember.
And was there a police officer at the front desk that you talked to?
Yes.
And did you tell that police officer essentially what had happened during this incident?
I did.
After you talked to that police officer, did you talk to another police officer from that same station after him?
I don't remember.
Okay. Ultimately, did you meet
I
with
talked with so many people, like the lawyers, like with everything. It was just, I don't remember.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to unpack here now.
Okay.
So you talked to a police officer at the station. Did you then talk to a detective?
I think a detective came out because once I handed him the bullets, and he seen the lawyer I was with, I think that's when he took it serious and like had somebody come out. And I think I remember clearly.
I think I remember
Did you
clearly.
later talk to another set of detectives after that first detective that you talked to?
Man, they called me so many times, I don't even remember.
Is it fair to say you talked to a number of people about this incident from
Yeah.
the police department?
Yes.
Okay. Did all of those conversations that you're talking about so far occur before you watched the surveillance video in this case?
It happened before I watched it.
So Have you seen the surveillance video when you walked into the Hollywood police station to talk to the officer at the desk?
No, I didn't see no video.
When the detective from the Hollywood station called you, had you seen the video at that point?
I think they called me into LA. I forgot when to identify. I think it was like seriously like 8 months later or 7 months. I don't remember. It was a long time.
So was it police officers that showed you the video for the first time?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. But had you already told what had happened before watching the video?
Yeah, yes.
As you sit here right now, do you remember the date that you first saw the video?
No.
And the video that you watched first, do you remember what was in the video that you watched?
It was the one of Rocky coming up to me and brandishing the gun, like where we had like the first initial, like when we see each other.
Outside of the parking garage?
From the, up front of the parking garage, across from the W.
Okay.
And I think they showed me, the other one too of the parking lot. That was so long ago. I was just happy that they had the footage of him at the time. I was just like, I think that's enough.
So when you say the other one, are you talking about the sort of blurry distance one that we just went over?
Yeah, yes.
Did they, if you remember, did you see any other videos?
I don't think so. They didn't show me a lot.
Did they show you the video that I played at the end there of the defendant and 12E walking up the street?
No, they didn't show me none of that.
Okay.
I think they only showed me 2 videos, which was Rocky with the gun and then the actual like shooting taking place. Everything else they didn't show me. I found out during preliminary hearing,
So,
I believe.
yeah, and I don't want to jump yet to the preliminary hearing, but the first time you watched the video, did you see any video that had audio on it or attached to it?
Only one, but that was the shooting, but you couldn't see anything.
When the police showed you the video, did they play the one for you that has audio?
Oh no.
Okay. You said the first time you saw that one was at the preliminary hearing, correct?
Yeah, correct.
After this incident, so after November 6th, when was the next time that you saw Elijah?
After the incident,
Yes.
I haven't seen Elijah since
In person?
in person.
Now, if there's an allegation that Elijah suffered an injury because of this, was there anything that you saw that that you could speak to what Elijah looked like after this incident?
You said it again?
Yes, if there's an allegation that Ills suffered an injury because of this incident, did you have any opportunity to see Ills' face after this incident?
Actually, I did because one of them posted a video and I took a snapshot of them all eating. They went out to eat the next day after the shooting.
Okay. And where did you see that video?
It was on, I forget whose story mode, but it was one of them, but it was like burritos.
You see Ills' face after because of this. Yes, if there's an allegation that Ills suffered an injury because of this incident, did you have any opportunity to see Ills' face after this incident?
Actually, I did because one of them posted a video and I took a snapshot of them all eating. They went out to eat the next day after the shooting.
Okay. And where did you see that video?
It was on, I forget whose story mode, but it was one of them, but it was like burritos. He even had his girlfriend there and a bunch of people eating. And he was toasting. And I just figured I'd take a snapshot.
And could you see Ills in that video?
Oh yeah, you can.
And you took a photograph of that.
I did.
Mark my next.
18.
Lower the brightness.
Do you recognize? Can you see that? Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes.
And is this the screenshot that you're talking about that you took?
It is.
And the video you watched was on November 8th, correct?
I don't really know how to see, but yes.
Okay. But you're saying,
Get off my phone, you can see it.
are you saying you don't remember the specific date, but you know it was within a day or?
Oh, I knew it was the next day.
The next day.
Yeah.
And do you see Ills in this still photograph?
Yeah, it was right to the, I believe.
Can you
that
point
was
to him?
It's him right here.
Okay, so I would say it's the only face that we can see on the far left of the photograph to the stand next to the person in the red jacket who's standing there. Who's the person in the red jacket?
That's right.
Okay. And when you the video you actually saw of this, was it was longer than just this one photograph, correct?
Yeah, they was toasting.
And in the video, could you see more of Ills' face?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did you see any injury on Ills' face in that video?
No.
Okay. Now, I know we've kind of jumped around a little, so I want to go back to the day of the shooting. After the two shots that we heard, the defendant and 12E ran away. You said you and Ills separated, correct?
Yeah.
And you walked the same path that you had taken up the street past the W down Hollywood, correct?
Yeah, back to the Lowe's.
Okay. What at that point was your reaction to what had just happened? How were you feeling?
Shit.
Had to figure out how to make it pay. Because I didn't get the complete outcome that I
betrayed,
needed.
I felt hurt. I felt like
Betrayed.
that's why I was texting. I wanted to see where he was at with this situation. I felt like he was just denying it, like just acting like the shit didn't happen. So it was hard for me
Nah,
to, like,
you was trying to get him
trust
to
him or anybody
sign
around
his
him.
name on the dotted line.
So I
and
started
say what he
calling,
did.
like, lawyers, I had my business partner.
Let me stop you. When you say he and him, are you talking about the defendant?
Yeah.
Yo, this guy's a joke.
Like he was just denying it, like just acting like the shit didn't happen. So it was hard for me to like even trust him or anybody around him at that point. So I
Yeah,
started calling,
safe
like,
to say.
lawyers, I had my business partner.
Yeah, you started
When
calling
you say
lawyers
he
and business
him,
partners.
are
Of course
talking
you
about
did.
the defendant?
Yes.
Of course you did.
Um,
You texting him trying to get him the
where
cops, so
did
you got that
well, I
for
think you already
court.
said you went back to the Lowe's, correct?
Yeah, I went back to the Lowe's to get my girlfriend for 1 second.
Okay.
But I walked there. I walked to Lowe's and then I ended up getting my girlfriend.
And
I went back
after,
and got the bullets.
so after you met up with your girlfriend, where
Got
did
the
you go?
shells.
We drove back to the same spot. So
To-
that was within like an hour or 45 minutes. You could timestamp it and see how long it took me to get back there. But it wasn't hard for me to find the bullets because I knew exactly where I got shot at.
Okay. Let me stop you. So you and your girlfriend are together, you're driving, you said we went back there. Where do you mean when you say there?
To the incident.
Where the shooting happened or where at the parking garage?
The shooting.
Okay. That street corner?
Yes.
And I believe in your answer you said that, and this is your approximation, that it was about 45 minutes to an hour after the shooting that you went back?
Yes, correct.
Do you remember the exact time?
Probably, I've seen it recently on my phone, but it had to be like 10:40 something or maybe like 11:40 something. So that gives you like an hour from the time that the incident happened. And I took a picture of, I took a picture of the bullet. So I remember, I think you have to show me the time or something. That's how I remember. But
That's how you
first
know.
I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts to get a pen and a brown paper bag. And then I went over there in hopes to find whatever I could find, whether it was cameras, anything. You know what I mean? Because I took pictures of cameras and everything. And then so happens I find the bullets. So I take a
You
picture
did
of them
everything
before
your
I-
lawyer told you to do. Go
Go
find
do it,
cameras,
put it in
go
the brown
find all of
bag.
that.
Mr. Ephron, when you testified previously, you were shown that video, correct?
Yes.
Did you say, that's not me?
I believe so. It was a long time ago.
Do you want to refer to the transcript?
But I remember, I need to jog my memory. First time I'm seeing
This
it.
guy's
Once I
a
look at the
jerk
video,
off.
I noticed that's not me.
Got it.
I don't walk like that. I don't move like that. That look like a homeless person or something.
Did you also in fact say, I don't even walk like that?
When before?
Yes, when you
Oh, I just had to
testified
look just now and notice again. But
You
yeah,
said
I
that a
walk
couple
like that.
minutes ago.
Okay. My question is, when you testified previously, you said, I don't even walk like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Did you also previously testify that when you went back, quote, I probably had the same hoodie on, that looks like a gray hoodie?
Sounds familiar. How long ago did I say that?
You need to keep a log of your lies, bro.
Is that what you said previously? Meaning, you said previously that you were
Bro,
wearing
this
the
guy,
same hoodie.
The math ain't
correct?
mathing.
From that day? What do you mean?
I mean, okay.
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
You told us that when this incident happened, you were wearing this hoodie.
Right.
When you went back to your hotel and then came back to find the fired cartridge cases, you previously testified you were wearing the same hoodie, correct?
Yeah, so I said.
And answer your honor.
All right, Alex was giving me the, could you read the question?
Yes, sir. Question, when you went back to your hotel and then came back to find the fire cartridge cases, you previously testified you were wearing the same hoodie, correct? Answer, yes.
And when you watched the video, you commented that the person seen in that video was wearing a gray hoodie, or what you meant was a different color hoodie from the one that you were wearing that night, correct?
Correct.
And that testimony that we're referring to, or say you said that previously, that was on November 8th of 2020.
I can't wait till the
correct?
defense gets on his
At a
ass.
completely different hearing?
That was a preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
The court previously taken judicial notice of the
Yeah, the preliminary hearing occurred over 2 days. The first day was November 8th of 23. The second day was November 20th of 23.
As you sit here right now, do you have any recollection of how long it took you to find these fired cartridge cases after you went back to the scene?
Probably took me no longer than 2-3 minutes.
In your view, was it a quick, short period of time?
Yes.
You talked yesterday about some of the reasons why you would not have physically attacked the defendant that day, correct?
Yeah, because we was going to be
In
friends.
general.
You talked about, in general, the consequences that you feared that would come to your career in the music business. Remember that?
Yes.
Those were consequences that you feared would possibly happen if you got into an altercation with him. Have you, since this incident, suffered any actual consequences to your career?
Oh, of course.
Can you explain that to the jury?
I mean, it's been a living hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, death threats.
Time to ham it up.
Snitch for saying something that happened. My social media, everything that I'm doing as far as social media, I don't have a presence there no more.
You said you were working in the music industry managing.
And then like my artists turned on me, my producers, they all turned on me because of this decision I made. They felt like, okay, this is gonna be like, I can't back them up no more. I can't support them with what I'm doing, going to the police. They didn't want nothing to do with me no more.
When you say they turned on you, what does that mean?
Like they unfollowed me, wrote shit about me, like some of them. Other ones just like understood.
We're not making that road suggestions.
Are you still working with any of those individuals?
No, nobody.
So that would include artists or musicians that you were working with, correct?
Yes.
Would also include producers that you worked with, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
You don't have any of those people that you're managing anymore, correct?
Nobody.
You said that prior to this incident, you had meetings with different executives from record labels, correct?
Yeah.
Do you still have meetings with record labels?
No, they all unfollowed me, damn near all of them.
Do any of them contact you anymore?
No.
You said you had your own management business called Shut Eye, correct?
That's correct.
Is that still a business?
No.
Wasn't a business then.
I actually cut ties with all my artists and gave them their royalties. Like I didn't even get.
They had royalties coming? Come on. Look, he laughed because he knows there's no royalties. He put his head down like, this guy's a sucker. But you're a sucker too. Two reasons. If you went out there with a real gun, you played yourself. And if you went out there with a fake gun, you played yourself.
Done.
All of it.
Done.
And how soon after the shooting did that happen?
I mean, nobody really knew it was me until Jabari posted a picture of me. So then once that happened, it was over.
Okay.
Jabari posted a picture of you, so Jabari got this whole thing started and treated you.
In some way, relating back to this shooting?
Yes.
How so?
Because he wrote on one of my pictures, this rat ass nigga snitched on my brother, or snitched on my bro.
Yeah, but you was the one that was snaking your bro and having him on the phone while he was talking about him. Like, y'all ain't nobody's bros. None of y'all was each other's bros. Bunch of suckers.
After the shooting, you already said you contacted an attorney, correct?
I did.
Did you ultimately, through your attorney, file a civil lawsuit?
I did.
And is the defendant one of the people that you're suing in that lawsuit?
Yes, him and his lawyer.
Okay. When you say his lawyer, who are you talking about?
Joe Talafino?
Is he seated at the table here today?
He is.
And why was it that his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct?
No, but I got defamation lawsuit against him.
You are, they're opening the door here.
I didn't, well, wait, can you read the question back and the answer?
Why was it that his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct? Answer no, but I have a defamation lawsuit against him.
The question is, why was the attorney not at the shooting?
No.
It definitely was not.
Why was it that Dashes, his lawyer, wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct?
Why was he? Call for yes or no.
No.
Mr. Takapina was not at the shooting, correct?
No.
Ask another question.
When you came to that preliminary hearing that we talked about before, did Mr. Takapina ask you questions at that hearing?
He did.
Can you give us an approximate of how long he was able to ask you questions?
I don't recall. I don't remember. It's like a day, half a day. I don't really remember.
Okay. More than an hour?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And did you answer the questions that he asked you?
I did.
After that day, has Mr. Takapina asked you to essentially, if you'll sit down for an interview with him?
No.
Did he ask you, or sorry, he did not ask you directly, but were you asked by the judge if you would agree to an interview with Mr. Takapina since that day of the preliminary hearing?
Yeah, I was.
When did that happen?
Yesterday.
And what was your answer?
I declined
Why did you decline to talk to him?
because I spoke to him already.
One second, I'm sorry. Okay. Do you have a friend, first name is Justin?
That's my business partner.
Is he a close friend of yours?
He is.
Someone that you've done business with?
Yes.
After this shooting, did you exchange text messages with Justin?
I did.
And did you send him any messages specifically related to the shooting?
Not really. I don't know if it would you call that relating or. Yeah, I guess so. You can call that.
Okay. So I'm gonna display what I previously marked as People's Exhibit 20. Do you recognize what we see here?
Yeah, so I said I want to get this nigga's money.
All right. When you wrote that line, who are you referring to?
I'm referring to Rocky.
And again, was this text message sent after the shooting?
Yes, it was after.
Now,
Of course
you
it was.
see, Justin responds to your text, correct?
Yeah, he's a sarcastic person, so he said he's probably trying to get you to perform at conflict time.
So when you received that, you didn't receive that as a serious comment that he was making?
No, because he always makes like weird side jokes.
Okay. And what was your response to him after that?
Nah, not after that. Get to I wanted to. To me, that's they plotting, right? They been had this conversation. Or they in cahoots.
And when you say he shot me, who are you referring to?
To Rocky.
Objection. He didn't say he shot me. He said he shot at me.
Sorry, I apologize. I did read that incorrectly. When you said he shot at me, who are you referring to when you say he?
Rocky. Rocky.
Is there a approximate date and time when that text was sent?
We're saying he did.
Is there a way to determine?
There is. Give me just 1 second here. Do you remember the date and time?
It had to be the 7th.
I don't have it printed. I can definitely pull it up on my computer. Time is next exhibit, Your Honor, 21. Text messages, yes. Before I display, I'm going to approach and ask him to review himself. Now, there's some information redacted on here, Mr. Ephron, but do you recognize who the text messages in this thread are between?
Me and Rocky.
Okay. And
Okay, I didn't hear.
Me and Rocky.
the date that these text messages start, would you agree it's November 6, 21 at about 9:34 p.m.?
That's correct.
Okay. And if you need to refer to context, let me know. But there's two colors of text bubbles. There's blue and there's green. Do you know which one is you and which one is
I'm green. He's blue.
so the defendant's blue and you're green?
Is that yes?
Yes.
And that first message November 6/21 at 9:34 p.m. That would be before the shooting, correct?
That's correct.
Now I'm going to go all the way to the last page, page 10, and show you the very last message on this thread is marked at November 7/21 at 12:46 a.m. Would you agree that is after the shooting?
That's correct.
Okay. Now you said he is blue and you are green, correct?
Yes.
Let's go through this first page. First text message. What was the content of the text message?
I want to see this.
Where you at?
Can't.
And then the second.
This
text
cameraman
message
don't know how to
that you
adjust his contrast.
Let's get to it.
all right. The third text message,
Stop ducking my calls.
and that one was read by you at 9:35, or sorry, 9:39 and 22 seconds p.m.
Correct.
Did you then responded to that message, correct?
Yeah, but we spoke because I answered his FaceTime call.
That's okay. I'm
I
just
lied.
going.
It's not about lying, but I didn't want to tell him exactly where I was at, so I said Trader Joe's.
That's
He said it's not that I'm lying. I just didn't want to tell him exactly what I was lying, motherfucker.
focus on this
Okay.
this thread. Your next response to him at 10:08:31 was, "I'm in front of Trader Joe's. Drop location."
Correct.
For the record, that was PM.
My fault. Okay. Going to the third page, the top of the page, the first message. I know it's a small photograph, but can you tell just from that small photograph what that's a picture of?
That's the showcase now.
And is this you sending him a picture of the shell casing after the shooting?
That's correct.
And how soon after you took the picture did you send it to him?
I don't know, within minutes or if right there, I don't really remember.
Okay. You took the picture at 11:45 and then sent it at 11:58. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, that's correct.
But you sent it to him that same night, correct?
I did.
And this, again, this is after the shooting.
That's after the shooting.
And then your next message to him?
You tried to kill me. You tried killing me.
And now we moved into the next day, November 7th.
Yeah, that's correct.
But you sent it to him that same night, correct?
I did.
And this, again, this is after the shooting.
That's after the shooting.
And then your next message to him?
You tried to kill me. You tried killing me.
And now we moved into the next day, November 7th, but just past midnight. So 12 o'clock and 55 seconds in the morning, correct?
That's correct.
And then you said to him, the next message?
You should have killed me.
Talking that tough shit.
And then your next message to him after that one?
I sent him a text message of his call to me. His text message to me, letting him know that. So when I said you should have killed me, I was meaning I'm about to be the biggest, like I'm about to do what I need to do.
You were showing him the prior text message where he said, "Where are you at? Let's get to it." Stop that.
I was pretty much showing
Wait,
him.
well, you both can't talk at the same time. Go ahead and ask the question again.
Yes, you had taken a screenshot of the text messages where he said, where are you at? Let's get to it. Stop ducking my calls." And that's what you sent to him?
I did.
Okay. And that's at 12:12 a.m., correct?
That's correct.
Where are you at?
question because the court reporter can't get you both at the same time.
Okay. Now, would you agree that up until that point in the text thread, he has not responded to your messages, correct?
I'll have to see my phone.
So, what I'm saying is, you said after the shooting, you texted him the garbage
Okay,
case,
yes.
and you sent him 3 other messages. To that point, he never responded to any of them, correct?
Correct.
But after you sent him the picture of your conversation, he responded, correct?
Yes.
And what was the first message that he sent to you?
Bro, what the fuck is you talking about? Why?
Voice up.
Bro, what the fuck is you talking about? Why you telling people I shot at you?
Because that's what he does. Because it's a scheme. It's a scam.
And then he questioned or added a question mark to the message that you had sent to him previously, saying you tried killing me.
Yeah, you put a question mark on it.
What did that mean to you when someone puts a question mark on your text?
I mean, like, I can't tell you what he meant by that.
No, how did you receive it?
I received it like he was not owning up to the fact. Like, I just wanted to see if he was going to own up to like what he was doing.
Okay. And then you sent him a response, correct?
Yeah, on my hand.
What were you showing him on your hand?
The graves.
The same injuries that we displayed before?
Yes.
He let him know, look, bro,
Equal 17.
Equal 17.
remember when I scraped my knuckles?
And then his next message to you was to attach a question mark to your text of you should have killed him, correct?
That's correct.
Did you receive that the same way? Like you said, in your words, he wasn't owning up to it?
Yeah, he was in denial still.
Okay. Top of the next page. What did you text him after that?
I said I did love the dumbass.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I love her. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't expect this to happen.
Sorry, I couldn't hear someone cough.
I did not expect this to happen. So I was just telling him I had love for you.
I had love for you.
Meaning before the shooting.
Bro, you was trying to find a moment the whole time.
Okay.
It's in your character.
Read your
Just the way you
next
talk.
message to him?
Constantly condescending. Feeling like there should be no consequences for the way you talk. Try to take me from my daughter. Shut your bitch ass up, man. Your daughter gonna know she got a scammer
What did he say?
for a father.
I try to do what? Nigga, I know you hate me. I hate you too.
Yeah, like stop the love shit.
Top of the
Fake love.
page. What did he say?
Too.
Top of the.
He did.
What did he say?
I try to do what? Nigga, I know you hate me. I hate you too.
Yeah, miss me with the fake love. He knows. Rocky knows at this time he got played. It's all a scam. But you knew that before, Rocky. You know this guy's character. This guy ain't new.
All right. And how did you respond?
This
to
guy
that?
ain't new. This guy ain't unique. There's a million snakes like him on the block.
Okay.
I
At
love
that
you.
point, what did you mean?
Get your
when you said
dramatic
that?
ass, emotional ass out of here, man.
What video were you referring to?
So, I was thinking the actual, like, around, I probably was texting him after I got the bullets or something like that. I don't really remember, but when I said that, I probably was already back at my hotel and I already took pictures of every location we was at.
Okay, you said when you went back to take pictures of the actual cartridge cases, there were other things you were taking pictures of as well, correct?
Yeah.
What other things were you taking pictures
Any cameras I seen around?
of? On businesses?
Yeah.
And had you, up to the point that you sent this text, so we're now at 12:40 on November 7th, did you watch video from any of those locations?
No, I couldn't.
Did you have access to any of those cameras?
No, I went to one building. They told me I needed a subpoena.
Okay, so they specifically refused to let you watch it.
They wouldn't even acknowledge the fact that I wanted the video. They was like, you would need a subpoena.
So,
I think I went with the lawyer that I had, and he told him that.
The point being though, when you sent that text message, at that moment, you had not seen any video related to this case.
I haven't seen anything.
Were you only referring to the fact that you know there were cameras around it?
Yeah, so I want to reserve before it gets too late on what happened because I didn't go to the police right away.
But I'm asking, what are you communicating?
You didn't go to the police right away, but you went to that lawyer right away.
I have evidence. Like, you're not getting away from this.
Why is it that you felt like you had to tell him you had evidence?
Cause I got you, bitch. That's why.
He shot at me. He wasn't acknowledging the fact that he shot at me.
Was he denying that the whole incident took place? Is that how you received it?
Yeah.
That's what he wanted.
I'm just want to finish with this and I'll be done here. You, after that text message about the video, what did you text him?
See you soon, bud.
See you soon. He talking slick, man. This is what he
Then your
does.
next message?
I know this guy. I know a whole bunch of them. It's just that character. They just
Probably stop texting me.
slimy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Bottle feeding
what you actually
motherfuckers.
sent him was
Text
TXT.
everything. You lost it.
Okay.
Backboneless,
And
spineless.
then your next text,
Just stop texting me.
and then how did he reply to that?
Love me, but talk shit about me. Shit on me. Let me get cut. Which I don't know how the fuck I let this nigga get cut. And still ain't cut you off. We never had.
That's your mistake right there. Should have cut dude off in high school.
I can ask you what
Nigga, you been a op. You don't love me because we don't do business, so it is what it is.
Okay.
What, that's his
Never had-
summation?
Wait, Mr. Ephron, can you just read the text then?
You get cut, which I don't know how the fuck I let this nigga get cut, and still ain't cut you off. We never had.
Wait, Mr. Ephron, can you just read the text and then I can ask you what
Nigga, you been a op. You don't love me because we don't do business, so it is what it is.
You don't love me because we don't do business. Boom. That's it. And he probably don't do business with him because dude's bad business. And dude don't know he's bad business. Now how do you convince him motherfucker he's bad business? You snip him, you get him the fuck out of there, man. Real talk. That dude, this is bullshit, man. We done seen this shit a million times. The motherfuckers that know.
When he said that you talk shit about him, what did you take that to mean?
I never talk shit about him. If anything, I'm just voicing my opinion on why shit is not working.
Okay. Did you know what he was referring to when he said, let me get cut?
Oh yeah, I was there that day, but I had nothing to do with him getting cut.
You didn't personally do anything to him, correct?
No.
All right. And then when he says you've been an op, what does that mean?
That was the first time I ever heard I was an op from him.
What's an
So
op?
it was new. Like an opposition.
He was always an op to you, though. You knew he was an op.
Many times, if you don't fuck with me, just let me know.
Let you know. I'm letting you know. You feeling it. Right? You feeling it enough to say, if you got a problem with me, let me know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to read the room. Right? You like using that phrase. You don't know how to read the room. You should have got the fuck up out of there. But you didn't. You had your plan in play, and Rocky played himself. But you a sucker. You know what I'm saying? You still a sucker.
Okay. And then get the rest. And then the last text message that he sent to you.
Now you trying to extort niggas talking about I shot at you and shot you 4 times and all type of nonsense.
That's what he's doing.
You a phony, you don't have my best intentions. Stop
He
texting.
doesn't say mine.
Where?
You
You
don't
don't-
have the best intention.
Oh yeah, you don't have the best intentions. Stop texting me and stop calling my manager and call the police if I shot at you, you weirdo. So after that, that's when I was like, okay.
Hold on.
How did you receive that text message?
Oh, it was no more trying after that. I was gonna do like he literally told me to go to the police.
But did you receive
Bro,
that
what he literally told me go to the police. What was you getting all your evidence together for? Strictly to get his money? Strictly for a civil case? Come on, man. You're a jerk off.
denying that this incident ever took place?
Oh yeah.
In anywhere in the text messages he sent you, did he refer to an allegation that he used a prop gun
No, never.
or a starter pistol?
No.
When he says stop texting me and stop calling my manager. What is he? What do you know what he's referring to when he says stop calling my manager?
So he had a manager, John, that I was cool with, and when he did that, I sent everything I sent him, I sent to John. And John was like, pretty much like, whoa, let me see what's going on.
Okay, but that's what you thought he was referring to, was the fact that you were in communication with his manager.
With his manager, yeah.
Okay. You had a concern about what would happen if you ever challenged the defendant. Have those concerns been realized in your life?
Objection.
What do you mean by that?
Overall, just a minute.
Well, I
How
can't
much
wait till
longer
this
do you have?
defense lawyer get at Buddy.
So you feel you'll be finished with the correct determination?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and ask the question.
Yes. You've told us about all these fears you had about what would happen to you, what would happen to your career, your life, if you challenged the defendant. What happened? Have those fears actually been realized since this incident?
Yeah, for sure.
Those consequences have happened to you, correct?
Yeah.
All right. I don't have anything.
Of course they happen to you. You've needed an excuse for why you haven't succeeded over and over again in your life. Something Rocky knew. You're not unique, bro. You're no different than any other scammer. You just found your huckleberry. Somebody that was willing to play the fool for you. Rocky, you played the fool for him. You know what I mean? Definitely played the fool for him. All right, y'all, that was day 3, and I still feel like dude is full of shit. I cannot wait to day 4. I want to see the defense get at him. Being in the music business myself, surrounding myself with people the way Rocky did, people that you grew up with. Not everybody got your best intentions at heart, you know what I'm saying? And, people want you to do good, but not better than them. And everybody else wants a handout, and there's only a chosen few that are willing to ride it out with you. There's only a chosen few that are willing to put in the work. There's only a chosen few that are willing to take a suffer. There's only a chosen few that will finish the game, that will end the game. The rest of these dudes, their whole life is finisher's anxiety. They don't finish nothing, and they got everybody to blame for it. Fuck this dude. This is a money grab. Rocky, you still played yourself. See y'all on day 4. Peace.